I used to be a dentist who was inspired to become a social entrepreneur.
Du hast einen sehr sicheren Beruf für das Risiko-Startup aufgegeben. Warum?
Feeling good about the job that I'm doing is one of the highest priority of my life. That is also one of the reasons I'm not dentist anymore. So definitely the satisfaction or the feeling of I'm creating something meaningful out of my life and out of my job is very, very important. Also, that is one of the reasons as a founder you can survive long working hours.
Wie kamst du auf die Idee von UrbView?
So the origin of the story actually goes a little bit back. Like when I was working as a dentist, towards the end of my years working as a dentist, for 2 years, I started working in a dental healthcare center in a rural area in Iran. At the time, I was responsible to coming up with prevention strategies to basically prevent dental diseases and dental and oral diseases. So I very much started realizing that I have no clue about what affects a person's health other than the treatment. So my focus was very much treatment. So there was definitely a gap of knowledge. Like my patients would come to my office and would sit on my chair with their entire world around them. Like there was their economic situation, their education, their family situation, all of them would affect their health. So that is why I realized I would love to actually get involved and get my knowledge a little bit better in public health sector. And being Iranian, and probably so many people know about the situation about Iranian women, gender equity was always one of the topics that I was always interested. So when I came to Germany and I studied Master of Public Health, I focused on doing research on gender equity and its effects on citizens' health. And of course, street harassment is a big component of achieving that gender equity that we are actually aiming for. So doing research about that, but simultaneously, I was also involved in another research project, health impact assessment of urban environment. So focusing on these two research parallel, it was a very clear understanding that how we see the cities and how we connect with the city is very much depends on if we safe it or not, very much depends on how it is designed. And there is always a lack of technology, how to consider that perception when it comes to the urban planning. So then I came up with the idea of using AI to help urban planners and public transport companies and government to consider gender equity factors, street harassment prevention factor when they design the city. And that's how the story started.
Wann hast du beschlossen, aus deinem Wissen ein Startup zu machen?
It started with me exploring the idea about prevention of street harassment via urban design with the help of AI technology. That is the line. And then I posted on a hackathon website, and two of my co-founders saw the line. They are not even from Germany. They are from Spain. They're from Barcelona. So they saw the idea. It was during COVID. So they said, hey, we wanted to work on it. And for 3 days, we had fun together. And that was it. Like for every parts of my dream or like myself becoming a founder, everything had a natural course of the flow. So after 3 days, we got very good feedback from the mentors in the hackathon, and they said, hey, you can make a business out of it. And I told my co-founder, hey, I'm having good fun, good time with you guys. Are you up for it? And I said, yeah, let's look into it. So contacted the career service. What is the opportunity? These are the opportunity. Then the first award came in. Then the first grant came in. And so it was never like a, oh my gosh, I'm a founder moment. It was mostly like the journey that it happened naturally.
Ihr habt Awards gewonnen. Hat euch das bei der Investorensuche geholfen?
Not in terms of finding investors, but however, in terms of the self-confidence and the idea itself, and also helping to develop the concept for sure. So the first award that we got was Social Impact Award in Germany 2022. So to give you some idea is that the hackathon happened in February. Then within March, we were still talking and figuring out with Career Service what are our opportunities. And there was the opening or like application phase of Social Impact Award. The Career Service within Have as well as Uni Hamburg, they suggested to us to actually apply for this one. And even the application for the award, I always say like we were like a 1 month old babies, and within just the application for the award, we somehow became like a preschoolers, because during the application, you start thinking about, okay, what is business? Like, I'm not coming from a business background at all, nor my co-founders. So you kind of start realizing, okay, so I have to think about the business model. What about the customer? What about the added value? Like all of these terms and phrases you become familiar even during the application. And the magic of it is that they also have mentors even for application phase that help you to fill out the form, which was brilliant and super helpful. And then after it came the incubation phase. So we started knowing more about the business. So yeah, definitely the first award, Social Impact Award, very much helped us to become a team, to work together, learn how to communicate together to a degree, think about more about the business side of it, those 3 months of incubator. And then the second award, which was Idea Prize from Hamburg, city of Hamburg, definitely gave us the confidence that, okay, our business model is B2G and we are getting an award from our customer. So that was very much a final stamp on it that, yes, this has the potential to actually work out. So those awards, yeah, initially. But in terms of investors, no, not at all.
Wie habt ihr die Gründung von UrbView finanziert?
The first funding that we got, the first money that we got was from awards, which was super, super helpful. But then it came AI Startup Hub, AI Ideation Program from AI Startup Hub that very much helped us with the concept, development of the concept. And also the try and errors, because in the beginning, when you're developing a product, you're gonna fail, you're gonna fail, you're gonna fail. So that money very much helped us to fail over and over. And by the end of 2023, basically that funding was over in March, but we didn't have that much money till the rest of the year. In the beginning of 2024, we got Impact from EFB. But when we got that money, we already developed a concept and the trial and error was over. So it was that money completely went to development of the initial database and basically being able to develop the initial MVP that further we started testing it with our customers. So yeah, that was the money that we got with from the city of Hamburg.
Kannst du Hamburg als Standort für Startups empfehlen?
Hamburg is a wonderful city in so many ways. And one of the best ways is its network. The culture among founders is that every time showing up for each other. By going to networking events, you can definitely find your people, the right people for you. You can definitely develop a very good network, or how can I say, a good base for yourself. No doubt about it. But however, there comes challenges. And the challenges in Hamburg include, first, bureaucracy in terms of founding. Then it's not easy. Navigating bureaucracy and all of those hurdles is not easy. However, keep in mind, your network is going to come to your help when you need it, even for that bureaucracy. From opening a bank account to registration to even the name of the company, all of it is hurdle. So, but definitely you need a good network to be able to navigate that. On the other hand, is that also in terms of investment scene, what I can say is that usually, or my understanding at least in the past 3 years, is that Berlin as well as south of Germany are more advanced compared to Hamburg, unfortunately. So Hamburg is a good city to base yourself here. You get a good support from the city and the initial money, but further down the line, definitely think about also growing your network and connection within Berlin as well as south of Germany.
KI ist eins der zentralen Themen unserer Zeit. Wo siehst du Europa auf diesem Gebiet?
I do believe with this like AI and new wave of technology that is coming in, we have a great chance and opportunity to include social impact, to development a new way of thinking and a new way of technology that can actually benefit everybody within the society. But however, in order to be able to develop that technology, we need very much brains. We need experts. And the other part that we need is also the culture of being able to take risks and try and fail and be okay with that failure. What I see over and over is that the amount of people who are open to this kind of a failure culture, risk-taking culture, is not that very common, let's be honest. But there are people around the world who actually are open to it. So with all that is happening in the United States and the world that is happening in EU, I do believe EU has a very, very unique window of opportunity to be able to attract all of these open-minded, risk-taking people to develop this new wave of technology within EU and become definitely a leader of new way of thinking and working. So in order to be able to achieve that, definitely thinking a different way about bureaucracy and making an open culture or creating an open culture towards these diverse brains and skilled workers definitely would be a positive way to go ahead. So, yeah.